Welcome, beautiful souls, to the Beyond the Belief podcast. I'm your host, Lavender Loveway. With each episode, I invite you personally to join me as we explore a belief. It might be a widely held idea or a forgotten truth, or perhaps even one that feels unknown or deeply contested. This is a sanctuary for exploration, a place to absorb, listen, and learn with an open heart. We're shedding the heaviness of right and wrong and ascending into the lightness of greater connection and expansive knowledge. Today's episode is no exception. This is another precious opportunity to find a little gem or two of wisdom that helps you reweave your own tapestry of truth. The sacred dichotomy: to receive more by letting go. It's often counterintuitive to our lovely human mind, our conscious mind, our ego. How does that work? What we learn here through culture, through conversation, is that in order to receive, we must wait until we receive to let go. But the way that the laws of the universe work, the way that the rules, if you will, of manifestation, we must release to do two things. One is to create that vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. So if we remove something, nature wants to go to replace it. And number two, if we see it kind of through a logical lens, to me, this is the thing that I leverage to empower and help my ego or my conscious mind, is that if I have something in my hands, I must release it to then receive it. I can't catch a ball, let's say, if I'm already holding a ball. So when I discussed this with my guides, they shared with me a couple things that I would love to share with you in this episode. The first thing they did was confirm that this is in fact true. Here's what they shared. As you continue to let go, more will be given to you. So essentially, yes. yes, and more yes. But there is a difference for me in understanding something or even remembering something, but then putting it into practice, putting it into action. And for me to really put this into practice happened as I channeled this message, as I understood some of the infrastructure, if you will, of why this is the case. So the first piece is allowing and not forcing. My guides shared. The things that are falling away are finally falling away because you allowed them to fall away. This is not your burden. Release that. Release any last concerns. So for me, this reiterates the focus, the truth, that we must consciously allow them to fall away. We must make that conscious choice. We must make that intentional action, if you will, in our minds to allow them to fall away. They don't just do so by themselves. We must will it so. We must declare it so. But that we also should release any last concerns in doing so. Because I don't know about you, but oftentimes when I would put this into practice, I would have some sort of heaviness, some sort of guilt, some sort of fear. Well, gosh, if I release this, then am I sure it's coming? Am I sure the next thing that I'm calling in will actually arrive? But what my guides ended up expanding on next was the thing that kind of blew the doors right off. And it allowed me to reframe this and to see it from yet a different perspective. That by creating emptiness or by releasing things to create that void, that emptiness, it creates space for what is waiting to come into your experience. So it's kind of like a ride, like a roller coaster ride or a carousel ride. We must have the seat open in order to occupy it. If someone's on the ride in the seat, we can't join the ride. We can't get in there and put our seatbelt on because somebody has our seatbelt. But in creating the emptiness and asking those that are in the seats to vacate, we then suddenly have the emptiness, the void, the space for what's been waiting to inhabit it. My guides went on to say, allow the space, allow the illumination. Allow. This is a direct path, a shortcut, if you will, directly to where or what you want to be. So essentially, then they're confirming to me that by doing so, by allowing the space, allowing this illumination which light can then pour in, directly empowers us to have what we will, whatever that is, that we're willing to come into our experience. It empowers it to be. And most importantly, I want to highlight the word shortcut. Because often my conscious mind is reminding me, are we sure? I don't know. This might not happen. Are we sure? Like there's doubt. There's so much doubt because there is an emptiness. There is a void. There is something waiting to be filled. But as I've learned and put this into practice, I've started to then associate that feeling, that void, that almost kind of like a current that's being pulled, that's making me feel like, ooh, I don't know what's going to happen. It's actually letting me know that it's on its way. Because that is the current that is actually energetically pulling it into the seat, into the space, into that void where it can be illuminated. And I think in just slightly reframing that so that if you're feeling that feeling, it is your indicator that it's already on the way. And often I've spoken about this in a few episodes thus far, that there is a current of energy, of things flowing into your reality, into your 3D reality, that's all around you. It's kind of like what Abraham Hicks speaks about, the vortex, and things just circulating and creating, and it's just waiting for, and I'm using time loosely as an alignment, the timing to boop right into your 3D reality. And my guides ended up expanding on that as well. Here's what they shared. It is like a dam that will break. It is flowing in from everywhere. It will be unbelievable. So it's kind of like that, again, that current, that pull, what we're feeling, things coming in is actually real. It's just we have associated that feeling with something that's fearful. And who knows, maybe for myself, and I can speak about myself, that feeling actually does kind of feel like anxiety. It feels like a nervous kind of energy, kind of a little prickliness. And if I'm not conscious of why I'm feeling it, I then can associate it and label it, thank you, ego, into meaning something. But instead, it's me sensing the current, sensing the flow, sensing the pull. And I love that my guides also shared that essentially this is like a dam. So we're talking about water, we're talking about current, we're talking about flow. We're talking about those things that will be unbelievable when they come into your 3D. All that's waiting is it's just accumulating to get all the things that are needed in place to then, boom, become unbelievable. And my guides went on to remind me, and I'd love to share this with you. Continue to be clear about what you want. Communicate, listen, receive, and surrender. Allow for the providing. So in this gentle moment of contemplation, I would love to invite in the gorgeous energy of what is unfolding. If you are feeling this feeling, check in with your guides. Ask them, inquire. Is this something I need to be concerned about? Or am I feeling the current of creation? The current of flow? Is that what I'm feeling? Your guides are waiting. They will absolutely confirm to you what this feeling that you're feeling is. And often we forget. As kids, we used to feel things and then not know basically how to feel about it. We might associate it with something and feel that it's not a big deal. But then an adult comes into the situation, or an authority like a teacher comes in and says, oh, no, that is terrible. And then we're like, oh, okay, got it. Right. Roger that. Like, I didn't realize. But we can still do that now, just in reverse. So if we are feeling something that we have already associated with something bad, maybe we just inquire. Maybe we just get beyond that belief, just beyond it. just a little smidgy beyond it. And we inquire, we ask, guides, is this something I need to be concerned with? Or quite possibly, is this the thing that is allowing, that is empowering the surrender? Is this the all-knowing of things that are looking to be unfolded? Because as we know, when something is growing in the soil, it needs to push through the soil. And the push through, that mutation, might be a little uncomfy. It might not be super nice, let's say, because it has to move things out of the way. It has to create, it has to force and push and become. So quite possibly that feeling you are feeling is that magical energy that now can be essentially, I'm using air quotes, relabeled, but really re-understood, reintroduced. That this will continue to expand. And maybe this is the push through that it needs to make in your life experience so that you can connect with that energy. And as that thing continues to come up with different things that you're bringing and inviting into your experience, you begin to fall in love with that feeling. So allow this to be a moment of contemplation and inquiry. Ask your guides, ask your heart. Spend a few moments in meditative quiet. What comes up for you? Because this could be the magic, the feeling of magic without even knowing it.